It is Supernanny Saturday, and this week we are watching the highly requested Facente Family. You asked for it. We've been talking about children with ADHD. Now today we're going to be talking about children on the spectrum, children with autism. What kind of parenting techniques do they need? What kind of parenting techniques does Joe implement? I'm really excited for this one. And before we dive in, there is some big news about this channel. If you're interested in what that news is, stick around until the end because I will be explaining what's going to be happening with Mommy Breakdown and a new channel. So let's grab our beverages and dive in.
We're the Facente family. My name's Trey, it's my wife Deirdre, and we have twin daughters that are 4 years old named Kayla and Marlena, and a son, Tristin, who's 3 and has been diagnosed with autism.
And swing later when we come outside. He lacks the communication to tell us, how he feels. So whenever he's screaming, I'm at a loss of what to do. He's hyper, likes to jump on the bed, spin around in circles.
We meet the fun and adorable Tristin, who is 3 years old, and he was diagnosed with autism. Now, the average American, believe it or not, is not diagnosed with autism until around the age of 4, even though screening can begin as early as 18 months. Sometimes it's overlooked if it's not severe. It's great that they have this diagnosis because research suggests that early intervention, things that we can do to support children with autism leads to better long-term outcomes. Now, in addition to Tristin, they also have 2 twin girls that are only a year older. So a very full and challenging household. But Joe is here. Let's see how observation day goes.
Deirdre should be out here with Tristin. I mean, that is a main road there.
Keep an eye on Tristin, okay?
Okay.
Four-year-old child looking after her younger brother, an autistic child. Absolutely absurd.
I completely agree with Joe here. This is not safe to have your nonverbal child outside by himself. Oh no, not by himself. Don't worry. I sent out his 4-year-old sister to watch him. She could easily get distracted, and then Tristin climbs the fence and leaves. And the weight of whatever happens to Tristin will be on this 4-year-old. The responsibility is not for a 4-year-old, it is for the parent. Now I get it, Mom, you're inside, you got things to do, you're vacuuming. No, and I know what Joe is going to implement. You know what Joe is going to implement, a schedule. Schedules will solve all of these problems because what Mom says is she's like, we have a playground, we have swings, we have a trampoline, we have all these things, and all day long she's going, go play. Where's your structure? Where's your routine so that the kids have predictability? Now let's watch one more scene with this, and then I want to explain the top 3 reasons why schedules are important, not only for young children, but especially for children with autism.
Well, what do you want to do? Go play. Go play somewhere. Go jump on the trampoline. Hello? Hey.
The girls were following Mum around the house and she paid them no interest.
Girls, I'm on the phone.
Deirdre had no clue.
Is Tristin in there with you?
So I had to run after him.
Tristin, no.
Yikes, there is no schedule in this family at all. Now, families need a schedule, and these are the top 3 reasons why. Young children and nonverbal children especially. Number 1, predictability will support emotional regulation. You saw when Tristin was going down the stairs when he was going outside, and Joe Frost was chasing him. And as soon as she got down there and he realized he had to go back inside, what did his body do? Started flailing around, he started screaming. He was communicating in his way that he did not like that this was happening. If there was a routine already in place in his home, he would be less likely to be put in this situation because he would know This is when we go outside. This is when we don't go outside. Transitions would be easier. If you go into any preschool class, you'll see a schedule on the wall. It's not just there for pretty. It's there because all the children get used to the schedule and it supports the emotional regulation. So when the kids are in the middle of building their coolest Lego tower, they know that right after we're done with centers, that we clean up and then we go to lunch, and then all of a sudden Miss or Mr. whatever puts on the cleanup song, clean up, everybody everywhere. And instead of the children getting upset and throwing the Legos at the teacher because they're having trouble with their emotions, they just kind of go, oh yeah, that's right, it's cleanup time. Maybe they have a certain spot where they put their unfinished Lego building so that they don't have to start over next time. Having a schedule will support emotional regulation. Number 2, it's going to build independence. Just because these are young children or autistic children does not mean that they need to be babied. They are more than capable of doing more than what they're currently doing. And they can't build independence if they're constantly waiting for us to verbally direct them. This is what I mean. If you have a schedule up on the wall of these are the things that we do, and you want to go even all out and put them on a laminated piece of paper with pictures of the children and then Velcro on the back, and they can move it to the things that they do all day long. This allows them to build up their own confidence and independence. Oh, it's time to go outside. Let's go to our board. Okay, we're going to put on our socks. We're going to put on our shoes. Or, oh, it's morning time. I'm not going to verbally tell my child every little direction. I'm going to go, oh, this is our morning time chart. Okay, go ahead and start it. Brush my teeth. And number 3, it's going to improve skills such as communication and anything else that they're doing during the day, meaning brushing their teeth, putting on their shoes. All of those skills are going to get sharpened by practicing them on a regular basis and having that visual schedule where the word is next to the picture of what they do. All of these things are improving skills, which is great for all children.
Oh, look it!
Tristin!
Tristin, no.
I got it.
No.
Mum and Dad just kept plopping Tristin back into his seat.
Tristin!
He wasn't happy about that.
Honestly, expecting young children, especially those that are nonverbal with autism, to sit at the dinner table is an unrealistic expectation. Think about how long you eat dinner for. A quick meal, like 10 to 15 minutes. If you're sitting with your family, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. If you're at a restaurant, you know you're hitting the 1 hour mark. Any of those, including the quick 10 to 15 minute dinner, is too long. So how long should a 3-year-old that is nonverbal autistic be expected to stay sitting? It is going to surprise you, the answer. You ready? 3 minutes. That's it. Continuing to take Tristin and put him to the table over and over again is not only frustrating you, the parent, it's frustrating them and it's backfiring. It's not helping to contribute to increasing their attention span. Yes, we want to increase their attention span. We don't want to keep the bar so low that we're not stretching our children, no matter what their diagnosis. But the way to do it is not to cause frustration. So how could you do that? You could provide some kind of sensory item on the table that could be played with and touched with aside from the food of we can play with this and this is what we eat. You can also make sure that their actual sitting area is quite comfortable, that they aren't irritated and uncomfortable by their sitting position. You can use a technique, first this, then that. First we eat, then we play. Put a visual timer on. When the timer goes off, then they can play. Lots of praise, positive reinforcement, communicating with them, keeping their attention. If you're actually trying to get a child to be successful, coming down on them is not going to be the right answer. It's going to be realistic expectations and then actually doing skills to improve their abilities.
So are you guys ready to change?
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah?
I do recognize that there is a problem now, and I'm ready to move forward.
She put her finger right on it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Joe can do to help us change our attitudes.
Let's get to it then.
We do not always get to see this on Supernanny. I am so impressed with both mom and dad. Zero defensiveness. They are open to all the solutions to their problems. They recognize the problems they have. They're not shifting blame onto anyone. They're just like, please help us. So it is officially Teach Day, and not just Joe will be helping, but also a professional for children with autism. So I'm excited about this. Let's go to Teach Day.
I've brought Dr. Lynn Cagle because she's had over 25 years experience with autistic children. Wonderful time here. Oh my gosh. How am I going to fit all this in one day? Tickle, tickle, tickles. Tickle. Tickle.
That's the first word I think that he said.
Did you see mom and dad's eyes when they saw that schedule? They were thinking, we have to do all of this? This is so much work. Yes, it is a full-time job raising a child properly. That is why we, as a community, as a government, should be supporting a caregiver being at home from 0 to 5. Because look at what is possible in just one session with support, of course, from a professional. Tristin said the word tickled in my face in the corner during when he said it. I couldn't believe he said it. Wow. And then mom's crying and we're all cheering. There's so much potential and possibility. Let's continue watching Teach Day.
Play and walk away. Okay.
Deirdre gets frustrated that the girls follow her around everywhere.
The first step is to bring them something that they will be interested in. Okay. The second is for you to then get involved with the children. The third step is to then walk away and allow the children to continue without you. I was just amazed. I'm like, oh my God, I could really do something like that and walk away. Oh my goodness. Look what you did.
This play and walk away technique I use as well. It helps the children to get engaged enough in the activity where when you walk away, they're not even looking for your attention. Because when children follow us around the house, it's because I'm bored. And then you're thinking, we have so many things in this house. But they have trouble transitioning to that thing. So if you get them started on it, they sometimes get involved without wanting to do it. For example, we have kinetic sand in our house. I love kinetic sand. Yes, it gets messy sometimes, but I prefer kinetic sand over Play-Doh. And so sometimes if you say to a child, do you want to play kinetic sand? No, they say no to everything, right? You could give them all the ideas in the world. No, no, no. Instead, you give the two choices. We're going to play kinetic sand or we're going to play Play-Doh. Which one do you want to do? And then they go, I don't want to play either one. If you can't choose, I'll choose for you. Okay, we're going to play kinetic sand because that's the one I would choose. And then we set that out on the table and just a few minutes, that's all it takes to get them engaged. Sometimes I'm like, oh, let's go grab some spoons from the kitchen, or let's grab this whisk, or let's grab these whatever, like random items and toys that they can play with in the kinetic sand. And then once they're engaged in the activity, what you can do is the walk away part. Now, I would add in to this technique a visual timer because I just love visual timers, you know? Everybody's gonna like their different techniques. So I would say I'm going to walk away and do the dishes for 10 minutes because 10 minutes is probably an appropriate time for these two, but you have to see what your child's capable of doing. And then they play with the kinetic sand for 10 minutes. Lots of positive reinforcement from the sink as you're doing the dishes. Wow, yeah, you're making a big mountain when you start to see them like lulling in their activity. And then you come back and you go, okay, timer's up. And they go, but I'm having so much fun. Yes, I know. Isn't it so much fun to play kinetic sand? Would you like an additional few minutes? Yes. And then next thing you know, boom, you just created more time for yourself.
This one is called the name game. And what we're going to do is we're going to put Tristin down. We call Tristan's name. We're going to help him to run to the person that called him.
All right.
And when he gets there, he gets a treat. We're all going to cheer, and you can even help him get to Dad when Dad calls him. We're trying to teach him to come to his name.
Tristin, can you come here? Tristin!
Uh-oh. Ben!
Come here.
Yeah!
We have some behavioral conditioning happening here. It's called the name game, and the purpose is for Tristin to learn his name, go to the person who's saying his name for safety reasons. This makes me think of one of the first things you do when you train a dog is to teach them their name. When I used to take my dog to the dog park when he was a puppy, you wouldn't believe the amount of people who call their dog's name out and the dog just ignores them, like doesn't even matter what you said to their owner, and they continue to play. I had trained my dog so well, and I had to carry around carrots instead of dog treats, because if you bring dog treats into a dog park, you're just like done. All the dogs are there. So I would train him. He liked carrots and they didn't attract all the other dogs. I trained him to come with his name, and we started with small distances. We increased the distances, we increased the distractions, and the purpose was for safety. I know that children are not dogs, obviously, but it's the same idea of behavioral conditioning. Now, with children, we have a few differences. We're thinking of their development, we're thinking of their cognitive understanding, their emotional and their social connection and support. So it's not just training, it's more developmental, and it's a great skill not just for Tristin but for any young child. And here's my little key before we move on, is only say their name once and try to get them to be successful. So you're not going to call them when they're in the middle of an activity in the other room and call them over, because they're not going to be successful. But you're right in front of them and you say, Tristin, and then he looks up at you and you go, yes, you looked at me. I said your name and you looked at me. And then you increase it so that it becomes more challenging. But the key is to only say it once.
Since Joe and Dr. Cagle have been gone, we are all much more appreciative of life in general. All right, you take a break and Daddy will jump.
For the first time in my life, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and be the mom that my kids deserve and just have fun with them and start living my life rather than what Joe said. I'm 27, not 87. 3, yeah! When I look at Tristin now, I see a hopeful future.
Wow, no wonder why you wanted me to watch this, family. What a ride. So many skills. I did not watch the whole episode with you. I linked it in the description. But during the rest of the episode, Dr. Cagle continued to work on communication with Tristin and also showed the family, the sisters, how to play together and create those social situations, which is another skill that children with autism tend to need to work on. So let's see where the family is now. This episode aired on November 4th, 2005. The location was in Georgia, and it was a part of season 2. At the time of filming, Mom and Dad were 38 and 27, and now Dad is probably 59 and Mom is 47. At the time of filming, the girls were 4 and Tristin was 3, and now the girls are 24 and Tristin is 23. This was the first episode to have someone with autism. The second was the Silva family, which we watched together, but Caden at the time of filming was only 6 months old. And then the Goins family, Colbin, they did not state that Colbin was autistic on the episode, during the episode. And this was the second and last episode where Dr. Cagle appears to help a family. She helps the Webb family, which we also watched, and I don't remember Dr. Cagle on the episode. It all gets kind of mishmashed to me. I don't know how you feel when you watch these Supernanny episodes. There's a lot of similarities and then there's some differences. I know some of you are huge super fans, so you probably remember more than I do. Plus, I feel like I just have mommy brain. My brain just isn't as sharp as it used to be. Some pop culture. In the beginning of the family test run, Tristin is holding a Wiggles DVD. And one of the scenes has Kayla holding a Woody from Toy Story. And the last one is when Kayla is holding 2 My Little Pony toys. Here is Deirdre's Facebook account. That's Mom. She has quite a few photos. This one is from March 25th. March 21st. I wish there were tags to show who everyone is. If we look at the comments, so beautiful. I'm so happy for you and the both of them. Is this one of the daughters? She looks beautiful. It could be. It looks like one of the daughters. And there's mom again, March 17th. She has some other photos. Here we have another picture. Again, I wish there were tags so we could know, but that appears to be one of the girls. Is that Tristin there? Oops, you can't even see. There we go. Sorry about that. Here's an older picture of Deirdre and Dad. Here's another one of Deirdre, and it looks like one of the girls. I wish I could say which one. I don't know. Kayla has an Instagram page, but it is private, just like mom's Instagram page. We can see, though, this is what Kayla looks like more recently. And this is Marlana. She does have quite a few photos. So there's her Instagram profile. Here are, oop, how do I make this bigger? I don't know why it's opening up like that. But there's some photos of her. I couldn't find any social media for Dad or for Tristin, but based on what we saw on mom's profile, it looks like the family is doing well. Now, I want to go back to what I teased at the beginning of this video when I said something is changing on Mommy Breakdown and a new channel. When I started this channel in August of 2022, when Mommy Breakdown was born, I did it for two reasons. Number one, I was really just struggling at that time, and I wanted something to do for me, to be creative. I had already raised two children at that point. My youngest was already 5. I had had my business for a while, my tutoring business, and that was, everything just felt like Groundhog Day, and I wanted to be challenged. So that's the first reason why I started the channel, and it has been amazing. I feel revived. And then secondly, I started it because YouTube is an amazing platform for content creators to make money. And the reason why I wanted to make money, and I still want to make money with it, is because I want to use that money to go back to school. I already have my elementary ed bachelor's, I have a CDA, I have certificates, I have experience, but I want to go back for a master's in educational psychology, neuroscience. I don't know yet, and I haven't been able to make enough money to even sign up for one class yet. The way that it works, in case you're interested, is when a YouTube channel is born, it doesn't make any money until you have 1,000 subscribers, and then also 4,000 watch hours. Then once you hit those numbers, you get a portion of the money that they make, YouTube makes, Google makes, on every ad that's run on your channel. So if you ever want to support a content creator, watch the ads for over 30 seconds because then they actually get money from the ad. Now, if you don't want to watch an ad, it's okay. I skip ads all the time. Just saying, little side note. When I first started the channel, I started it as just a parent education channel. So if you go back to my oldest videos, you'll see just parent education stuff. And we really weren't doing much, okay? The number wasn't going anywhere. So I started to experiment because I realized people don't want to just watch educational content. They want to be entertained too. So I started to do Supernanny, and you all came out of wherever you came from, all over the place. And the channel just started to really grow. And so I doubled down and we did a lot of Supernanny, and we've been doing Supernanny for a year and a half, and I have enjoyed it. I love this show, and I'm also a parent, but I've realized that the majority of people who enjoy Supernanny are not the same audience that's parenting. Like, there's a portion of you that are parents, but there's a bigger portion of you that just enjoy the show. So as I've tried to incorporate more parenting videos within the Supernanny videos, you'll see that just the view count is so much lower because, rightfully so, you probably subscribed because you love Supernanny. So I've been toying with this over the past few months, and I've been experimenting with different videos. And if you look, anytime I do a video that's non-Supernanny related, it just doesn't do well. But within the Supernanny niche, I kind of feel like I've hit a ceiling. And for the amount of work that I do each week to create this content, I'm just not getting the financial part out of it that's worth my time, because it is taking away time from me as a mother, me and my other job, me for my husband, you get it. So I'm at a place, and this is the bittersweet news. I'm at a place where I'm ready to try something different. So Mommy Breakdown is not going anywhere. I'm not going to delete this channel. The entire playlist of all the Supernanny videos will be there. I will still come in, pop in, comment. Who knows, maybe I'll make another video at some point. But for the most part, I'm putting pause on Mommy Breakdown. Just pause, not deleting, it's still here. I'm pausing it, and I'm starting a new channel that I am extremely excited about called The Village, which of course is a play on the fact that it takes a village to raise a child. And if, only if, you are interested in parenting content, I would love to have you join me over there on that channel. So I will put the link for that new channel in the description, and probably in the comments, and probably on a community post. But please, I ask this in the kindest way, just so that you understand how YouTube works. If you are someone who does not consume parenting content, you are actually supporting me more by not subscribing to that channel, because the way that the algorithm works is if you actually are a parent and you go over to The Village and you subscribe, YouTube analyzes the kind of person that you are as a viewer and will shoot out my video to other similar types of people. And that will allow the new channel to grow toward the audience that I'm looking for, which are parents. Now, if you aren't a parent and you are like, no, Kristen, I want to go over to the other channel and I'll watch all the videos and I'll support, I'm not telling you you can't. I'm just saying, just be intentional and really think about, am I the type of person who is going to watch parenting related content? If that seems interesting to you, I'm so excited. I ordered a new backdrop. We're going to have a new set. We're going to have things, guys. It's going to be really fun. So this is my really long-winded explanation to say thank you. And it's not goodbye forever. The channel is staying here. I will be popping in here and there. I'll answer comments and questions, of course. But there's going to be a little pause, and I will see you on The Village very soon. Thanks for being here.